Let me be 100% brutally honest. How old are you?
40.
40?
Yeah.
And shout out to these guys over at the Viral Way podcast, fair use. Shout out to him. He be over there cooking up.
Let me be 100% brutally honest. How old are you?
40.
40?
Yeah.
You got a kid?
Absolutely, yeah.
No man's coming to pay your bills. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not happening.
But it's happening.
No, I'm gonna tell you what.
Nowadays it is.
It's happening, and it's been happening.
Hold on. Is it happening right now this second?
Yes.
A man's paying 100% of your bills right now.
Well, no, he doesn't live with me, so I'm not asking for 100%. We don't live together. We just
Okay, I'm just
around.
telling you. All right, you just a fuck around, but I'm not attacking you. I'm just
because I want to be a fuck around because I don't want to fuck around with him like that.
Do you really want to be a fuck around?
Yeah, for him right now, absolutely. It's nothing nobody in here can say to make me feel no kind of way about what I decide to do with me.
Hold on.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Amen.
Here we go. This woman up here, a 40-year-old single mom. He said, you ain't going to find no man to come in and pay all your bills. She said, yes, I do. I got one right now. He said, you got a man paying all your bills. She going to say, well, we don't live together, so why would I want him to pay all my bills? And she started moving the gold line all around. Yeah, I do. That's my coup de kata. We do what we want with our coup de kata.
Yeah. What? Again, this is mental illness. You show me one sane woman that wants to refer to herself as a F around. She said, yeah, I'm just a F around. Ladies, if you consider yourself to be that, you ain't ish. You just an F around. You not. If you an F around, you most likely don't make a good mother. Don't care what you say. All right, you definitely ain't no wife. That's wild. But that's what we grew up with. Yeah, that's Bonquisha right there. You ain't gonna tell her what she gonna do her coup de kata. She say, nobody in this room that can change my mind.
So here we go. What you got real quick, Raquel? I'm gonna let him keep cooking.
The only person that would change her mind is the man that she wants that doesn't want her. So
it's probably him, Raquel.
Say that again, Mr. Walker.
It's probably him. Probably her.
That's what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying. Like, it could be him. But look at her presentation. Like, really? Your boobs? Like, like she's getting what she is. So I'm sure she doesn't mind being a F around because that is how she's portraying herself. So you can't sell her nothing.
Here we go. Hit the like button, folks.
But I'm not attacking him.
Yeah, because I want to be a fuck around because I don't want to fuck around with him like that.
Do you really want to be a fuck around?
Yeah, for him right now, absolutely. It's nothing nobody in here can say to make me feel no kind of way about what I decide to do with me.
Hold on.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Don't take this as personal attack.
I'm not.
Because we're not trying to make none of y'all feel no type of way.
Yeah.
We just giving you the honest truth as men. We're not
from your opinion.
No, from men, period. Because you can read the comments when the video's over, right?
But they're still not all the men in the world.
No, look, when I'm speaking on the men, I mean the men you want. Not just the guy that's a fuck around that you like, I don't even want to take serious. We're speaking on a guy that you want.
I don't want to take it serious because of my personal situation.
Don't cut me
Do you want somebody to take serious?
Eventually I do. But right now I'm not in a position to do that.
So when he's speaking on somebody that you want to take serious. He's not speaking from perspective of who you're dealing with now. So don't personalize it. He's speaking in general. When you find this person that you want to take serious, that's the position he's speaking from. He's not speaking because you got somebody to fuck around. Right. When you find somebody that you don't want to fuck around with, that's
okay, I'm gonna let him speak because
all of y'all
I promise whatever he says is not gonna apply to me. But go ahead.
It applies to you because it's your reality right now. That's how it applies.
It's been that way, CG. It's been that way.
Listen to what I'm saying. Your reality right now. Yeah. You don't have a man living with you. No. You don't have a man paying all your bills. That's your reality. You're speaking on a want. And then you're saying, well, I don't want it now, as if you can just go out and get it whenever you want. And men are telling you, wait a minute, y'all are being delusional because no, you can't, because we're the ones giving it to you. So even though you feel, okay, when I'm ready, because I'm not ready right now, I'm just going to go out and get it. First of all, you're 40. You're only getting older.
I don't look 40. You laughing, but I don't look 40. So that doesn't.
Hell! No, I don't look for it. This woman's so combative. It's hard to accept reality. Somebody starts shoving that reality pill down your throat, and she like, I look good. I still look 28. Yeah. I mean,
this is amazing. I love this.
Me too. Look at the ladies. Look at the ladies right next to her. They're getting black pilled or whatever she's doing. She's doing it to them.
I love this. The need to be right is so strong. This woman, she will take zero correction. The only thing you could tell sisters like this is beautiful, pretty things. Can't tell her nothing. Whatever you say don't appeal to her. Whatever you say, it ain't every man on the face of this earth. She actually said that. She took time to say what you say doesn't reflect the thoughts of every man on earth. No, ish. They got to go to all. I love it. Need to be right and all police. Beautiful. I'm here for this.
What you got, Raquel?
I was just gonna say the same exact thing, and just look at the lady in the blue tube top on the far furthest end. Like it's like she's getting order 66. Like she's seeing it and she's like, oh no, like, do I sound like her? Like she's questioning all of the bad decisions she's made and wondering, do I sound this stupid? So I like it too, because it's showing you that the other women are like, maybe there's something I could be doing better because this lady is not getting the response she feels she should be getting, and neither am I. That's what it looks like to me.
Yep. I used to love Gabe. Used to do the same thing.
Here we go. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. Here we go.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
It don't. I promise you.
You know why it matters?
Yeah. Please tell me why.
Because you don't look 40, but there's somebody who actually is not 40. And I'm going to go pay her bills because she's not 40. She doesn't have any kids.
That's you.
Let me ask you something.
That's you.
Okay, let me ask you one question. What is the benefit of him paying your bills, a 40-year-old with a kid, versus a 25-year-old with no
Well,
kid?
the age has never came up, so I don't. Maybe I should ask him because the age has never.
No, I know. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
So I just say.
I don't know. It's whatever he has the ability to do. If he wants to go pay, whatever I ask him to pay, and then he's paying a 25-year-old's bills too.
No,
that's none of my business.
No, you're missing the question. I said, because you said you could go get it, right? Like, okay, he
it's already there. I just choose not to flip the coin because of my personal. I'm giving all my attention to my daughter right now. I don't have it to give to a man.
Right. So that's why he's not going to pick you. I'm not paying your bills and you can't give me all your attention.
Fine.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, but she's saying, when I'm ready, I'm going to go get it.
When her daughter grows up and like live her own life and find her own husband or something like that, then who's going to be sitting up? What man's going to be like a shelf item and just going to be sitting there waiting on you to make your decision?
No, he probably won't.
Not the men that you want.
I'm going to be realistic. He probably, the guy that we're speaking of, he probably won't be waiting, right? And I don't expect him to. I understand. Who the fuck do I think I am? You just don't sit and wait for me. No, but I just I want to be clear though that because you guys have your opinions and then you know the statistics and all that, but there are still those certain guys that don't go by that same thing.
Let me tell you, those are the guys you don't see. This is the insanity with women. This is the insanity.
Why am I insane?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because men will sit here and tell you this is how we think. You guys will say, no, it's not. This is how you think. But you're a woman telling men how we think. We're literally telling you this is how we think.
I never disputed how you think.
But all of y'all all men are the same? No.
For the most part, yes.
No. So why do we need all y'all? We just need one.
Let me tell you.
For the most part, yes. We're more similar than we are.
There is a difference from West Coast.
Here we go. I love this. If men were more different and similar, why can't she find a husband? If there was all these different varieties of men and it's so easy to find a man to fit your needs of a 40-year-old baby mama, and there's all types of these men walking, why can't y'all get them? Because like he said, these are the men that y'all don't want. So this is sick work.
I just realized something. There's some new sick modern woman hoodoo to decipher that whenever these women come here and say that's your opinion, that's their way of nullifying observable reality. That brother is sitting up there simply giving her observable reality and logical thinking. And her only comeback is that's your opinion because he's saying it. And I'm hoping other brothers need to co-sign for him and have his back because she like, that's just you. No, that's every dude in that room. Some of them too scared to say. That's the problem. That's why simps are bad for the group. I feel like that heavier brother kind of halfway simping. He need to speak the heck up. Now, we all think this way, but he can't because most likely he's dealing with you know, something.
And that's another thing, though. I wouldn't sit here and say all, because that's what the guy's telling her. He's saying the guy that actually do, them as the men y'all don't want. So there is a segment of these guys that they don't think like other men. They will go in here, as we talked about earlier, blue pill or whatever. They don't want that small segment of men. They don't want them.
There you go. Shoot, Brother Jay still back there on Slump Cam. He'll take these baby moms and look how they get treated. The proof is in the pudding. We ain't making this up.
So what you got, HQ?
I don't know. So whenever we hear a man likes it like this, or he wants this, or he wants that, we always turn around and hear something opposite of what they say they're going to do. We don't date fat women, and that's all we see is men dating chunky women. Well, we don't date this, or we don't date that. We don't date baby mamas, and all we hear is men dating baby mamas. We ain't seen not nail one man come up here and say, I'm not gonna deal with. They say I'm not gonna deal with her, but you end up behind the scenes they dealing with.
What are they saying exactly? What are they saying?
I mean, when I first got on this internet,
we got to clarify this point, because you keep saying dating and talking to. No man, they're not talking about sleeping with. These men will sleep with these women. We speak about marriage and starting a family. That's what these men are talking about.
But it doesn't matter, because they're starting families with baby mamas. Okay, they're getting with baby mamas in there, and they're being the baby daddy number 5, or number 6, or number 2, or number 3. They say they don't want to be a baby mama and all. They don't want to be a baby daddy. They don't want to be a baby daddy to a chick who got 2 kids with somebody else. But you be darn sure that you gonna find a whole bunch of them that are dealing with baby mamas. So I understand where she gets that delusion from.
Marriage.
Marriage don't matter. Women don't care about getting married like that.
That's the problem. Y'all are setting the bar so damn low. That's why y'all get no results, because the bar set too low.
Why do people try to shame the women into saying, I want to get married?
Well, no,
women have been trained to not expect marriage. So stop saying it's marriage. Marriage is not the goal. They want to be married, but that's not what they're going to get.
Either, Queen. It's like the equivalent of somebody working out, and they wake up and they do 2 push-ups and they curl the bar one time, but they want amazing results. That's what we are witnessing.
Gotta make it hurt.
Queen, she did say she's not ready right now. She's not ready right now at 40. And then the other gentleman said, well, when you're ready, do you think you're just going to be able to pick the man off the shelf? Like,
it may not be the man she wants, but she will be able to pick one off you will be able to pick a man.
Right. So what's the difference then? What's the difference in waiting? If like you're always gonna have
waiting for what? What do you mean waiting?
Like, she's saying that when her child grows up, she's gonna get with the man that she wants. That's in her mind.
She doesn't want anybody to be above her child, anybody to be in her life above her child. That's why.
Right. Okay. So, but when her child goes off to college and is away, and then she wants to go to dating again, there's going to be a type of man she's going to want to go after. Right? Like, she has a type. There's a man that she feels is the one for her.
Right.
Okay, so when that man is not going to be waiting on the shelf for her. Like, that's
the compromise that she's making. So she's making, so she understands it. So she gets what she gets when she gets there. But that doesn't mean she can't get a man. It just means she's not going to get the 5-figure man that she wants.
And that's what the guys on the panel are trying to tell her. Like, they're telling her, we're speaking for the guy that is the guy that you are saying you want one day off the shelf when your daughter is off in college.
But see, they're not saying that. What they're saying is, once you hit 40, you're not going to get a man. Women don't have types like
40
that.
With children. Get a whole context.
Wait a minute. Once she gets done with her child going to college, she's going to go out and she's going to be able to find a man. regardless of right now at 25, she may want a man that makes 6 figures, 666. When she's 40, that 666 is not as important, but she's going to get a man.
You made that
what
up.
What are we talking about? She is 40. What are you talking about?
No, but I'm just saying, a woman who would say something.
No, we're thinking right now where she at 40 with kids, and he's telling her that you got to quit sitting here saying women don't want to get married. If the guy that they were smitten for was in front of them proposing, they would all be married. They don't want to marry the guy that's in front of them because he ain't worth a damn.
I'm saying that's not a threat. That's not a threshold to look forward to for women. Of course they want to get married. Of course people want to experience.
What's not a threshold to look forward
marriage? I'm saying you can be happy with being married on this planet.
So they are looking forward to being single moms, though.
Yeah, more than they want to be married. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I ain't giving you no pushback. We just got to clarify for the audience so they can know how modern women think.
Modern women would rather be a mother than deal with a child than to deal with a man.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm just telling you how it is. That's
it. I'm not giving you no pushback. We here so the audience can hear this stuff. Yeah. And we can all understand.
I mean, they don't have, the child won't talk back. The child ain't gonna tell them where to go, how to dress, what to do. Of course she wants to. Of course she'll deal with a child faster than she'll deal with a man. It is what it is.
Crazy. And do you think that's insanity?
I think it's insanity, but because I got married, I wanted to be married, and so I deliberately went out to get that outcome. These women these days don't go out and deliberately get that income, that outcome. So
that's crazy. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine. There ain't no way you can't sit here and tell me. I definitely blame the gynocracy because you cannot sit here and tell me that a lot of these young sisters or older sisters our age would have went down this path of being a single mom by choice if they knew the perils and the hardships that were going to come that they're dealing with now. They wouldn't. So
if before they got pregnant and you sat them all down and said, if you get pregnant, you're never going to get married. You need to get married first and then get pregnant. There would be a lot of women who wouldn't have got pregnant, but they don't understand the consequences of.
They don't understand because they weren't taught. They
weren't taught. Nobody sat them down and said that.
Yeah, and I really sit here and wonder, like, a lot of these moms are single moms by choice. So, like, when they're doing this is my question. Being a loving parent, like, do they really love their kids? Like, what they're going through. They come up here, they going through heck. These children that decide to be single moms by choice. Right. Like, they moms then sit them down and say, hey, don't give a man a kid without marriage. Like, I feel like that would be one of the first things a mom would say to her daughter and enforce it. And not just enforce it, but as parents, we got to make it make sense to them. That's one thing I take pride in. I believe as parents, we need to show our kids a loving marriage, loving relationship, so they don't grow up like our peers and grow up like, I don't want to get married. I saw my parents. You know what I mean? Right. So I do. That's why we gripe on these single moms, because they play a very strong role in the destruction of these kids, not teaching them. I guess they don't know what they don't know. Hey,
I said it before. I said it's these mothers. It's primarily the fault of a lot of these mothers out here who did not handle the daughters the way they were supposed to. You're supposed to be in charge of that child's reproduction until she's 18 years old, and she may be out of your house, or she may be going off to college, or she may be doing this, that, and the other. It's your responsibility as a mother. As I said, I have 4 daughters. I marched all 4 of them down. Here's the birth control. You're on birth control from here on out. When you get out of my house, you can get off the birth control however you want to do it. But as long as you under my roof and you under me and your dad's rules, you don't bring no babies here. I had not nailed one daughter have a child before the age of 25 because it was a set rule. Don't bring no kids here. We understand how to take you down to the health department and get you on birth control. That's a mother's primary responsibility, is to make sure her daughter conducts herself accordingly before the age of 18. After 18, You're a grown adult. Before 18, you do what I say until you know what to do. Do what I tell you to do until you know what to do. And then you know what to do after the age of 18. It is what it is in my house.
So there we go. I'm going to let this keep going. Hit the like button.
You think
but all of y'all
all men are the same?
No,
the same.
For the most part, yes.
No.
So why do we need all y'all? We just need one.
Let me tell you.
For the most part, yes. We're more similar than we are.
There is a difference from West Coast to men that's born in the South.
Yes.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah, and East Coast.
No, seriously. You talking South, you talking very well mannered.
So we're talking about
you're talking characteristics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I am.
Not how we pick our lifestyles. The way we pick women.
But none of y'all the same. I feel like every man has their own
mind.
Oh,
you're saying it's easy. You're gonna pick. Men are always gonna pick the easier thing for them.
No, yes, we don't want.
That's
not easy.
Men are always gonna pick what's easy for them. So you having a daughter and spending time with your daughter, it's not gonna make them choose me.
Difficult for
but
them.
mind you,
so they gonna pick a
25-year-old. But mind you, in the last 2 years of a couple of guys that I've dated have asked me to have their baby because they see how I raise my kids.
So I'm just gonna say this.
That's not cat.
You probably ain't even gotta sleep with them. They just know how you carry yourself.
They're single.
Holy hell.
Is this camera on me? Yes, it's on. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Big Ponquisha, she said, nah, y'all don't know. Within the last 2 years, I've had 2 or 3 men said they want to put a baby in me.
Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Woo! Pop the baby up in me. You feel me?
That's the trophy. That's wicked. Ladies, again, here we go. Young ladies, just because a man wants to place a baby inside you don't mean he like you, love you, care for your well-being. Because any ninja that just come to you want to put a baby in you, he ain't got nothing to lose. I swear for Lord. That's crazy work. Yeah.
And that go to what the Queen just said about these women are looking forward to motherhood over marriage. It's sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wild statement to say, but the proof is in the pudding. It's less marriages than it is people giving birth. 70% of us are out here having babies without being married. So I can only conclude that you would rather be a mother instead of being a wife. I'm not saying that on my personal thing. I'm saying that's the way the evidence comes down. If you wanted to be a wife, you would know, get married first, then have a child, not the other way around.
Well, ask yourself this though, the Queen. Like you said, it's actually 60%. So 60%. It says 60% right. Single moms, 70% of the children are being raised in single homes.
Right.
So it's a weird stat, but
right.
Are you sitting here saying that who's showing these women? You say if you want to be married, you want to be this, but everybody's coming from these single homes. How are you seeing this stuff?
I don't understand. Maybe it's a generational thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know. My mother marched me and my sisters down, and she made sure we got on birth control. I did the same thing for mine. Okay, my daughters, hopefully they do the same thing for their daughters. Same thing, and they know that's exactly what I expect them to do. Right. So I don't know. Maybe it's a generational thing but like I said, I was on a panel and it was the women on the panel were like, "Oh no, don't put the girls on birth control. They might have some side effects." Yeah, side effects of not taking birth control is getting pregnant. I'm not advocating that girls have sex. I just know that they're going to have sex. I just know boys are going to have sex. So you need to protect them from having children if you know they're going to have sex.
Here's the question, though. How long have we been campaigning to get these kids to protect themselves? That ain't working. Like you sit up here and say shame ain't working. You keep sitting here telling people to protect themselves. That definitely ain't working.
We're not promoting that. What we're promoting is don't have sex. Don't have sex and use birth control, 2 totally different things.
Listen here.
I don't hear people on here saying you need to wear a condom. You need to wear birth control. I hear people saying stop having sex. Stop doing that. No, nobody's going to stop having sex. So you need to promote condoms.
I got a theory, man. Back in the day, you know, then I don't know if they still do it, but then parents used to chaperone, you know, these kids' events, because I'm so tired of hearing they gonna have sex. That ain't got to be true. Like, I believe in the thing that there are no lazy or bad kids. They're just lazy and bad parents. I live by that. So, like, myself, I believe at this point that whenever my kids trying to go out and socialize, I believe in having chauffeurs or whatever they call it, parents going along and being ass. But my theory is that parents don't do that no more, because especially my generation, we don't have too many respectable parents. They can't sit there and be like, hey, son or daughter, don't do this, whenever they son and daughter been seeing them do it. And they ain't got no ground to stand on. But what happened to chaperoning? Like, I don't think these kids got to be hunching. They just unsupervised. Unsupervised kids gonna hunch.
That's true.
Because
like
you can't watch the kids every minute of the day. That's why.
Yeah, because you can't watch them while you're in the bar getting drunk. And here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say, HQ. You got you saying to these people, we're telling them stop intercourse. I'm gonna compare this to something like robbing a bank or something. Because what you are telling these people is, we telling them don't rob banks. You are telling them, no, as long as you got your mask on, your gloves, you don't let the camera see you, you good. And we said, nah, that ain't good enough. You still can get caught. And you said, just put on condoms. Just do this, birth control. You can still rob the bank. Just make sure you got your gloves and your mask on.
See, we're coming from two different sides of the coin. You think protecting them, chasing them around, escorting them is going to stop them from having sex. I'm saying I can do all of that and they still find a way to have sex. I'm saying since they're going to find a way to have sex somehow, some way, at least have them protected before they even attempt it. I'm escorting you everywhere, but you go under the bleachers and for 1 second Johnny sticks it in and you're pregnant.
That's different. That's what I'm saying.
All
like,
right,
God, dog.
So I'm saying before that happens, we've already got Susie protected just in case that happened. You're saying no way. Let's not make sure they on birth control. Let's just let them be escorted everywhere. They escorted everywhere. She can lie. He can lie. They can do all of these things. Kids don't lie. No, they don't lie. They don't lie. They don't go over Johnny's house and really be meeting girls. They don't go over Sally's house and really be meeting boys. I'm saying, I know you're going to lie. I know I was a girl. You've been a boy. You know you've been horny. You know these things. So you protect the child before that even occurs.
And that's why I'm speaking on it. You daggone right. Like, yeah, shoot, man. God damn, yeah. I was a tyrant. But what I'm saying is, the kids, if they're supervised, yes, educate them on birth control. I don't see nothing wrong with it. At the same time, so you definitely do that. But I believe, this is my belief, that we can't be lazy as parents. Yes, chaperone them, not hover over them, but let them know that you there. If our kids want to be wild enough to sneak up under the bleachers, young little humans gonna be little humans. They're gonna be who they're gonna be. But as parents, I believe that it's our responsibility to do our best, in every way that we can. Like Gavin said, you can't sit there and say that I'm gonna say it's a we thing. We can't sit here and be like, oh, we're good parents, and we found out our kid got knocked up, or our kid done got a girl pregnant, and we know we spent too much time at the bar, like Gavin said, or we know we too occupied with this and that. There's reasons why this stuff, we got to stop saying it just happens. They just gonna hunch. No, things have fallen out of place.
Are you saying because I went to the bar every Saturday night that you're different or somebody else is different when they're with their child every Saturday night?
No,
are we saying your child, your supervision is
taking stuff out of the scenario? The child got pregnant.
There's people who do all the things you're saying, and their child still becomes pregnant.
And I'm saying, okay, I said you got to do the best you can. Yes, that can happen, HQ.
But we got to do the best thing. Of course,
this is my issue. We got to stop saying that just because it still can happen, we can't do our best. just because it still may happen. Now I'm just gonna happen. I'm not going.
I'm not saying don't do your best, but I'm saying don't sit there with blinders on saying because I escort my child here, there, and everywhere, I still can't protect my child.
Well, this boils down to probabilities. We arguing probabilities over possibilities. Anything is possible. We are saying we are saying chaperone the kids and be involved so you can shrink the rates of the probability of this happening. If you just let them go out there unsupervised, the probability goes through the roof.
But we still have to, we trust, but we verify. I'm going to trust, but I'm going to verify that you don't end up pregnant because I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen just in case one of those incidents happen where
I agree with you.
Whatever.
I don't disagree. I do believe these girls should be on birth control. I do believe that, but once you get to the point of saying, let's put the girls on birth control, let's get the boys condoms and tell them to just do it. And it's like, no, put the girls on birth control and still tell them don't have sex even though you're on birth control.
And still be present. And still be, I'm not, and here's the thing.
I'm saying do all of those things, but I'm saying I can't stick my head in the sand and say my kid is not going to do that because mom and dad escort me everywhere.
We're not saying they still may, but like Gavin said, probability over possibility. They still may. Right. But as parents, we got to be in position to say, all right, things happen, disasters, catastrophes happen, but we did the best that we could do. That's all. I know me personally, I'm hard on myself. So if I found out that something happened to my kid and I know I was somewhere, doing a leisure activity, that don't sit well with me. That's just me though. I don't know.
So here we go. We get Raquel here and grab these super chats. What you got?
Oh, I was just going to say, I agree with Heathen Queen on the birth control. I agree with Mr. Mr. Walker on the chaperoning. Like, I remember my dad used to let me throw parties and everybody would come over and be in my basement. And as soon as that light cut off, my dad was that light would pop right back on. Y'all can dance and y'all can have fun, but these lights are going to stay on because ain't nothing coming out of these clothes. You know what I'm saying? And I got to see everything that's going on around me. Now, did I sneak out of the house and do things? Yes, I did. I was one of those girls that was sneaking out and coming back in the house now, but someone mentioned earlier the Central Station. My parents used to take me and my friends to the Central Station to party and have fun, and we'd be twerking all over the place. And I remember one time my dad took me to the Central Station. He had never seen this atmosphere before, which was, kind of like a club atmosphere for children or young adults. And I went one way, he saw me leave the house. And when I came back into the car, like my hair was like wet from dancing and like half in a ponytail. And my dad was like, you leave, how you leave the house is how you return. Period. Like, so that always stuck in my head, like, oh shit, if my dad has to see me and I don't look the way I looked when he saw me leave the house, he's gonna think I was out being a hoe. And that was enough in my mind to not ever sweat my hair out again at the club. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of like him chaperoning me in the way Mr. Walker was saying, coupled with my mom sliding me the birth control pills when I told her, I'm thinking about having sex with my boyfriend. And I was the girl that told her mom that. Right. And I did tell my mom 2 hours after I had sex with said boyfriend. Right. Like I had good parents that gave me tools and also gave me a covering. I think coupling those two things together is a better way to go than just saying, oh, you're going to the mall with your friends, go have fun, and then go have brunch with your girlfriends for 6 hours in downtown Atlanta. Meanwhile, your son has come home from the mall and now he's having sex with the little girl he was at the mall with. Like, that would sit bad with me too, that my son is getting girls pregnant while I was down at the brunch,
Yep.
So
but the whole point is you cannot plan their activity as to when they're going to have sex.
No, you can't. You can't.
That's it's almost illogical for them you to be at a party and they're having sex. They're gonna have sex regardless whether you being in the party, at home, even under your same roof. So even under the same roof.
That's understood. Like Rockwell, she had to sneak out. If you gonna do it, you gonna work desperately for it. Understood, but not just in a crib. I'm out at the bar, you sneaking dudes in the house, you hunching all over the house, like stuff like that. Like,
my husband would park his car down the street, and I would like tiptoe out the house and like get in the car, and then he'd take me back home right before 6.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'll say this. Shout out to my guy, Angry Man. He says it all the time. The worst of us is outbreeding the best of us. So these problems ain't going nowhere. There is no solution. That's just that.
Right. I'm just gonna protect my kid before this even occurs. We're gonna nip it in the bud before we even have this kind of discussion. We just gonna nip it in the bud first.